Greetings, Friday, 4:30, and it's the 27th of February. I hope you're all well out there, keeping good. Quite a lot to talk to you about today. First one is, next week I'm going to be out and about at EcoBuild and Future World. It's quite a large exhibition down at the London. Let's have a quick look. Where are we going to? Oh, Earl's Court. Easy to get to, right in the centre of London. Two big exhibitions going on, and I'm going to EcoBuild to interview a couple of people down there to put onto the website and to the blog. Have a look at http://skays SCAYS.wordpress.com, and have a look at the videos that be on there as well if you can't see them on YouTube. Should be a good show. Quite looking forward to it. Quite a lot of very good new and innovative materials being shown, so really looking forward to it. Next thing, Hawkwind. Great little site. If you're into the Mac, have a look at it. It's quite a lot of stuff that's available there for free. Mail, add-ons, little widgets for the address book that look into Google's maps, all sorts of bits and pieces, and it's all free. Really is good. Have a look on the blog site, and you'll see the links for it there, and a little review as well. YouTube video settings. Took me a while to sort this one out, but eventually I did, as you can see from this. But if you go onto my blog site, there's a nice little review by a guy who's gone through the whole thing and gives the fact behind it. So really very, very good site to go and look at. Google sharing data. Gave a presentation a couple of days ago to a group and went into this sharing of data on the internet, particularly with Google and their Docs program. So anything to do with a Word document, a text document that you're writing, a spreadsheet, and a couple of other items, you can actually share them with other Google people out there. Very, very good, quite useful. Apartment 131. Found this on another website via the WordPress system, and it's a review of some guys who are living in an old warehouse that's now made into a flat, and that the way they've decorated it and detailed it out, it's quite amazing. It's well worth going to look at it, even if you just listen to the music, which is a good hard rock band. Really good. BIM. I've had loads of stuff coming on to the BIM, about BIM in the last few months, and it seems to be increasing. New companies coming up offering alternatives, this, that and t'other. Have a look onto the blog site and just search for BIM, and you'll see a couple of reports that I've made. Can't say it affects me too much, but on the bigger project it's probably worthwhile looking into it. Walter Siegel. Now, when I first started out in the late 69, early 70s, I started to hear about this architect who was designing and building what could only be then described as prefab houses. They're not. They're really good. And they're a method and system of building that developed through the years. And I actually got involved with, not Walter Siegel, but a guy called Jeff Broom, I think, who was looking after the Walter Siegel Trust and building houses in his manner. Have a look on my site and follow the links, because the way and method of building is excellent. No foundations to speak of, just pads, concrete pads, maybe paving flags, onto a nice bed, onto a very small foundation. Very, very lightweight construction, but exceedingly good. I loved it and still do. I think it's great. Seattle User Group. Now, Tom Gregg, who's the writer over there, has issued another video, and it's an introduction to 3D with Vectorworks. I think this is a great little video. I certainly found it useful and interesting. A little long. You have to download it. It's not available on YouTube because it's just too big, but worthy of going to get. Have a look onto the blog site and you'll find the link for it on there. Just do a search for Seattle User Group. If you look on the right hand side, there's also a link there. Have a look on on YouTube and have a little wander around and look for technology of the future, and you'll find some interesting stuff there. Really, I didn't know it was around, but certainly they're using iPhones and all sorts of stuff to develop interesting innovation, not on construction or in architecture, just generally. Really is worth going to have a look if you can find it. If you can't, have a look on the blog site and you'll see a link for it there. Hargold. Now, when I was first starting out in about 69, early 70, there was an exhibition system that used to wander around the country doing lunchtime seminars and exhibitions, usually a dozen or so manufacturers. But it died out over the last few years, perhaps. I mean, I remember the last one recently, maybe 8 or 9 years ago, but it's died off. There's a new guy bought it and he's trying to revive it. Lunchtime CPD seminars. Few manufacturers, maybe 10 or 15 manufacturers, gathering together. Lunchtime, everybody hits it. Small amount of food. Presentation if you're lucky. And everybody's there. So all your mates are going to go. So it's a quick lunchtime chat, cup of coffee, quick curry, have a look at the manufacturers and back at work. Really is an excellent way of doing things. My Prospect blog is now up and running at Prospect, which is prospecd.wordpress. Have a look on that.com. Have a look for that for specification sales to the construction industry, particularly architecture. I did it for a long time and I know how to sell to architects, although I actually work for architects these days. But specification sales is not something you can learn from a book. You have to be taught, you have to have experience to do it. And I've been doing it for an awful long time. So have a look at it. I'm going to start to put up hints, tricks and all sorts of bits and pieces which will help people look and see how to do it. And if you're going to get to your spec firmly specified into the architect, then this is the place to go and have a look at. And I think that's really all I've got to say today. I hope you're all well. Have a look at the blog site for construction. That's http://scays.wordpress.com for architectural technologists and their CPD. And if you're into specification sales, have a look at http://prospect prospecd.wordpress.com for specification sales. Okay, that's it. Next week I shall be putting up the videos for the interviews I've done. One in particular, Space Therm. Have a look for it. It'll be interesting. Toodaloo.